Hey everyone, how are you? Happy
Hello.
Friday. It's
Happy
Friday.
Friday, everyone.
I hope you're doing fantastic. Thank you so much for joining us. We're excited for today. Wesley, how's it going?
Oh, it's going. I am in New York City. It has been one blizzard of a week, I'll
Oh
tell
my
you
goodness.
that. But we are just recovering from all the snow and we're doing great. So really excited to join you all
Uh,
live from Harlem, New
awesome.
York.
I
How's it
I
going
prob
over there, Claudio?
Good. I was just gonna say that I probably shouldn't share that it's like gonna be like 80 over here today. Yeah, yeah. I'm still not ready for the 80-degree weather, but you know what? It is what it is. It's nice and cool here. But for those of you who don't know me, I'm Claudio Zavala Jr., Education Evangelist at Adobe, and I am based here in Texas. And I have my wonderful colleague Wesi with me.
So glad to be with you. As always, Claudio, I am enviously appreciative of your 80-degree weather over there in Texas. But hi, everybody. Wezi, Education Evangelist at Adobe, and Claudia and I work together to support the education community. And today's session is all about visual storytelling, the idea to storyboard to video using the one and only Adobe Firefly. So we look forward to showing you how Firefly can build visual storyboards that strengthen writing, comics, video planning, presentations, multimedia projects. And the beauty in this is the ideas, bringing ideas to life for
Yes.
students.
100%. We're going to spend the next 55 minutes diving into how we're going to use generative AI, Adobe Firefly, to empower you to be a storyteller. It's fantastic. We're super excited. As I said, about talking about prompts. If you can type a prompt, you are good to go. You'll be in just fine.
We just fine. So we're gonna live demo on laptop. So get your devices ready, everybody. Join in the fun. Design, create along with us, or you can watch and try it later. That's completely fine too. But we want to know who's with us live. Engage with us, interact with us. Drop in the chat. Where are you joining us from? It's so great to have you. I see you, Derek Jansen. Thank you for joining. Lorianne, thank you. Happy Friday to you back. And it's Dino Rex. Dino Rex in the virtual space there with the Dino. Really excited for the stream, says Dino Rex. Thank you for being here. Michael Clear, as always, one of our ace innovators.
Yes.
Pop in the chat from New Jersey. Shout out. Sean Kozel. Hey, everybody. We've got Cartoon Underground in the chat.
Ooh,
Thank you all
yeah.
so much for joining. Hi, David, and welcome in. Keep letting us know where you're joining us from. Thank you all for the hellos and the shout outs. Let's get into it, Claudia.
Yeah.
So, before we get started, I want to chat quickly about
Yes.
why storytelling in education. And I was just working with a group of educators today, about 100 educators today, and we're talking about the making your communication stick. Like what makes it really sticky? And we know that when we're able to engage people in a meaningful way, then we enhance and level up our communication skills that allows folks to also be able to understand more of what we're trying to convey, to want to learn more about what we're
Mm,
trying to convey. And then that storytelling element, yes, we've got the fantasy and the glitz and the glamour, but that's ultimately building these essential communication skills as well. And what we're seeing with storytelling in education is that it's developing students' writing development, their sequencing skills, their ability to think chronologically about things
hmm
in complex ways, built to encourage their creative confidence. All students have a story inside them that they want to share, and sometimes the barrier of entry or the barrier to output is having a tool to bring what they're seeing here
Yeah.
out here, and we have the tool to help them do just that and making those abstract ideas visible. Claudio.
Yeah. I think I froze for a little bit right there, but yeah, 100%. It's like we always used to use that. I remember when we used we had these institutes and it would be making thinking visible. That was the thing, like making the thinking visible so we can you know, we can't read minds. So using something like this tool, Adobe Firefly, whether it's like something to like creating a comic strip or like a short film, a social studies reenactment, science concept animations, or even a presentation. So basically, take the visual planning strengthens that final product. So getting your ideas, like you're saying, Wesley, from here. We used to say on paper, but now we're going to be using like a digital board to do that. And so excited. So speaking of like using a digital board, let's dive into Adobe Firefly here. So I'm in my Adobe. I logged into my Adobe account, so I'm showing you here. So if you never used Adobe Firefly, when you log in, this is what it loads like, and you're gonna see like uh, scroll through here to see all these different wonderful boards that others have used, and you'll see the ones I have here. And so I think Wesley will start off kind of like how we can use Adobe Firefly as kind of a spark for story generating. So I think many of us and even students struggle with just like, where do I start? So like thinking how I can use a Firefly to help me just like get a story started. Maybe I just don't have an idea. So let me go ahead and start off with creating a board here. So we're going to go here to my boards over here on the left, which you see all of the ones I have here. I'm going to create a new board, and let's start off here, new board, and here we are. We are in business. I'm just going to rename this. So this is going to be our Adobe Live. I'm up in the top left corner there, Adobe Live demo. And let's go ahead and do that. And so, Wesley, well, let's start off with just like how can I use this to kind of like brainstorming ideas, or like I don't know where to start. So I've got a prompt here that I'm going to leverage, and let's make sure I can copy and paste it to here. We're going to come down here at the bottom, generate image. So this is a great tool here to, again, just kind of brainstorm and getting ideas out there. And so here's our first one. And also just what I'm going to do is use Firefly Image 4 for the AI tool here. We have partners, but we're going to go ahead. Here it is. Generate 4 random story scenes in a single frame for a pirate story that is suitable for all ages. So Wesley, that was like my first like
Yes.
prompt here.
Love that. And so a lot of the times we look to what's happening externally for ideas to help us with inspiration. A lot of students don't even realize their writing capabilities, their storytelling capabilities, because of that first hurdle to telling a story. And so if you can localize inspiration, then you can help students really just get them right off of the blocks, out of the blocks. And so what you've done here, Claudio, is to say, give me a story scene. I can start to imagine a story from a scene, right? So that's what you're pulling into this board, which is really cool because before working with you on this, I didn't think of this particular prompt of like generate a quadrant of story scenes in a single frame. And that's pretty cool. I see you working so nicely to put those evenly on your my Firefly boards, everybody look very different to Claudio's. Like I'm not as like allied with those boards. You're so neat. I appreciate that. Um, I see you all in the chat. Hello to everybody joining us. Claudio, Dino Rex has said he's working on a project or they're working on a project that's going to involve some AI video generation with real footage. So this live
Nice.
can help a lot. How cool
Very, very cool.
is
That's
that?
exciting.
Yep. So, Claudio, when you typed this prompt and you see what has been generated, does it kind of match what you did? What did you expect? Did it match what you expected?
I would say that, like for example, going back to like the pirate one, I'll go ahead and click on the one right here, and I'll click load so we can see it. Um, yeah, I would say yes. Now as I look, it looks very kind of realistic, but I didn't give like what style I wanted. I just said generate 4 random story scene in a single frame for a pirate story. and suitable for all ages. So we got pirate ships, which usually is the theme of a pirate scene. And then over here, I'll click on that for random generation there. And then this one is created for like a historical fantasy
Yep.
in a single frame. So four scenes and did the same thing here. So this one kind of gives me it does give me that historical scene. It was realistic. If I wanted to go further, I can like right in this case, I'm not worried too much about the style. I just want something to give me a spark of an idea.
Yep.
And these are great for starting that. Like I think these are,
Absolutely.
yeah, it's fantastic. And you think of like, I know I've had it before. You probably too. Is we get writer's block,
Hmm.
and we're like, where do we start? Where do we go from here? It's like, and so this is a great like tool to use just to get ideas flowing. And then you see something because sometimes you're inspired by what you see, and then you're like, oh, I like this, and I take it, and then I run with it, and then I go and create a full-fledged story,
I
a
know,
story out.
absolutely. And I know the educators watching this right now are thinking um, the potential for conversation starters for just the pre-thinking, the brainstorming, the ideation, just in looking at these visuals alone, right? Like there's so much that you can do to engage students in some preliminary conversations to
Yeah.
get them going.
I've got a great question. I see Michael's asking, does it default to photorealistic? And that's a good question. I think I am using Firefly Image 4, and I think, every, if you choose, I'm gonna go ahead and click the different models might tend to go certain directions. So maybe Firefly Image 4 tends to be more photorealistic. As if I were to use Gemini, maybe it gives a difference. So just I could say experiment with the different ones. Now, Michael, based on what you just shared with me, I went ahead and added cartoon style there at the end. So now look at the generation that I get just by switching to the cartoon style. Now it does look more it's cartoonified.
A
If that's
tunified.
if that a word, we just made it up cartoonified. We
I'll
got a
add it to
cartoon.
my little dictionary of
Uh,
Claudio's.
I'm gonna totally embarrass myself, Wesley. It's bomb diggity.
Oh, Claudia loves to bring back some retro flags. He's hip,
Yeah.
everybody.
Yeah, yeah. And so yeah, so Michael, to your answer your question, yeah, it's I would say that just if you're looking for something that you get that default look, just add like a style. That's the thing that will help you get to like, you know, get that what you're looking for. I was with a group the other day and I said it's gonna give Firefly and all the models are going to give you what you put in. So if you're like, oh, that's not what I had in mind, then just add a little extra phrasing on there. And so like the cartoon style. So this is ton of fun, Wezzy. But I think now let's get into like our storyboarding piece. So like use this as like a starting point, everyone, as a great way to like help you get sparked ideas and then take these and then run with it. And so Wezzy, I
Ooh.
think is it time?
It is
Is it
time. It is, you are like,
okay?
you're great with time, Claudia. It is time. And as we transitioned right now, I'm curious for those of you watching, what is an opening sentence that's coming to mind for you as you see some of these pictures already? You can pick a picture and drop an opening line for a story that's popping to mind for you? I'm so curious what's coming up for folks. But yes, so we want to generate images for the storyboarding and then just kind of build out these panels. So Claudia, what's our next step?
Yeah. So we're gonna go ahead and do this reveal. We're gonna go with a little pirate theme. And look at this, Wezzy. I have my pirate
Oh,
bandana on right here. So
great
that's
for
what we're
you,
doing.
my
Yeah,
pirate
we're gonna go a
bandana.
little Ari Métis here. And so so basically this is gonna be our storyboarding piece. So I'm gonna take like these prompts and I'm gonna create the storyboard for
Mhm.
that. This is our first one. And I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna use a partner model for this. And I'm gonna go with Nano Banana. In fact, it's interesting. I see Nano Banana 2, and then there's Pro. I think this one just got loaded. Like I didn't see that one yesterday.
Yeah, it's new. Hmm.
So I'm gonna go with Nano Banana Pro, uh, Pro, and then hit generate. And because I use Nano Banana, I'm gonna get one. Well, while that's going on, Wizzy, I'm gonna prepare our storyboard here, and this is like one of the things that you might not know it we can do here. So I'm gonna go over here to shapes, got rectangle, and I'm gonna draw a rectangle here. I'm gonna leave it white. I think it's white. Here we go. There you go. Got white, and then I'm gonna add some text on top of that, default text. And so this is going to be, we're going to do our storyboarding. So let's make sure we can see that. Because then I make sure I spell it correctly. So we go storyboarding, or just put storyboard. Here's where I'm going to put my storyboard. And everyone, this is a great thing. I'm going to highlight both of those, and we got more, and let's group those. So now I can move this around. So basically, I'm going to use this as a storyboard. I'm going to get organized here. I'm just
Hmm.
going to zoom out so we can see our storyboard and come back down here. Oh, Wesley, look at that.
Ooh. Oh, yes. Comic
So we
strip.
got our first one. I'm going to hit generate again just to see the variations here that show up. Um, and let's see. Let's try.
I love how the
Pretty cool.
picture matches my bandana. Hmm.
Yeah. And the cool thing about this is as it's generating, you can alter. So I don't know if anybody noticed, I went ahead and changed from Nano Banana Pro to Nano Banana 2, and I hit generate again just to see what generates, comes up again. Let me just resize that. And so basically I'm gonna storyboard my eventual, because we're going to get to the video piece from here. And so while this is going on, so this is my storyboard for this story here. Ooh, look at that one.
Yeah, and shout out
This
to
one's got
everyone
like
in the
text
chat.
on there. Very cool. Okay, and then I'm going to do this. I'm going to go jump back to Nano Banana 2.5 and then hit generate again just to see like the variations that we'll get. um Very cool, very very cool. All right.
Nice.
Um, oh, okay. I think I like that one right there.
Yeah, I think that might be your favorite.
Oh, hold it.
But wait, there's more.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So this is a good example. So if you notice, we went from Firefly Image
Yeah.
4. I tried Nano Banana 2, Nano Banana Pro, and then 2.5. This is really what I wanted to. This is kind of what I was looking for. That kind of style right there. So I'm gonna stick with that style, and we're gonna go ahead and continue. Let's go. Oh, not. I don't want video. We want image. Okay, let's go back to generate. Here we go. We're gonna go this one. So Wesley, we're gonna continue our storyboarding here. So
Yep.
um, I'm just gonna. What I'm going to do is I'm gonna build the stories, and add the different scenes here, and just hit generate. So I'm just going to generate the scene one, scene two. Let's do generate another pirate here, and let's add our next prompt. So this is scene one right here. And my next scene is going to be the pirate on the ship, basically holding the map.
Yep.
And then, ooh, here we go. Yes, look at that. So he's holding the map, very, very I would say very piratey. Look at his beard, just like magnificent beard there.
I know you appreciate a good bid. Um,
Yeah,
as you're building this out, Claudio, some of those revisions is you were seeing, okay, which picture is lighting me up? It's like matching my vision. It's giving me some creative ideas, like it's making me excited. Those are really great guiding questions to have as you are storyboarding. And it's also a great opportunity to have students discuss and bring in new vocabulary around these images because that ultimately will help them with their prompting if they want to go back and refine a prompt, right? To say,
exactly.
no, now I know exactly what style I want. I'm going to add that to my prompt. Or now I know exactly what that second scene is going to be about. I'm going to add that to my prompt. So the building the oracy along with the storyboarding and the prompt engineering, these visuals can really spark that imagination.
100%. So, um, what I'm doing, as Wesley, you were mentioning here, so I'm coming back through and basically I'm switching between the different, and I tend to use Gemini for a lot of these just because I just, that's the model that the partner model that I like to use, because again, it gives me the results that I'm closer to what I'm looking for, to what I'm envisioning in my mind. And so that's what I'm just going through here, generating. Look, here's a pirate with the treasure. Let's see. And what I'm going to do is just load that prompt again, and I'm just going to hit generate it again, just so I can get some variations.
Yep. And could
So
you read the prompt again, Claudio?
yeah,
Just a little small.
for so for this one is the so I've gone through, so I'm building the different scenes. So this one says a bearded pirate wearing a red coat digging beneath a tree marked with an X, shovel striking the floor and sand flying, action-packed comic book panel, bold ink lines, strong motion lines, dramatic shadows.
Oh my
Very,
God.
very, 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 yeah, very detailed. So I'm going to, so I'm liking like this look right here.
Hmm.
So what I'm
Right.
doing is I'm pulling the results and I'm adding it to my storyboard up here. And this is basically as I'm building the storyboard. Ooh. Um, so I've got this one, and then I've got this one right here, which look, I like this crunch swoosh. This pirate
Arr.
has his hat off. You know, I God, these are also great. I think I'm gonna go with this one right here. Uh cursed treasure. Okay. That's hilarious. And okay, so now let's come back here. So basically, we've got our story. He is going looking for this buried treasure, and here we go. So let's add it. So we're almost done with our panels here for our storyboard, and at last, he digs for it. Victory at the sea. So notice it's adding some text, and what I want to, actually don't want like some of that text to be seen. So I'm gonna share a tip, because this does happen. So what I will do is I'll go to the prompt,
Mhm.
and maybe I'll delete this where it says victorious ending, and I'll just say do not add text. So like basically I'm telling Gemini, I don't want any text added
Yep.
or like speech bubbles. I'm okay. Whoops. Let's delete that one. Let's come. Hold on. Let's
And
go.
something else that you all might have noticed with AI is sometimes when you use um, reductive language, it can be a little tricky, right? So when you tell it not to have something, sometimes you get the complete opposite. You're like, what's going on here? And so that's just something to play around with in your prompts. So I love that you went back to say, okay, this isn't the text. I don't want text here. I want it to just be the image to tell the story of the scene. And you can put that in the prompt. If you're struggling with that prompt to tell it what not to add, you could also say, picture only and try to reverse like what you want it to have instead of what you don't want it to have. That's another just
One. Yeah.
tip with your prompting.
Yeah. That's definitely just like it's just by it's that tweaking the prompt slightly, little by little,
Yes.
adding or removing just will help you again get what you're looking for. So as this one is generating, because this is going to be our last scene, this one's not too bad. I just want to see what else I can get that Firefly will give me. So for now, I'm going to go ahead and add this scene, because even though he's got a different looking hat, I'm okay with it. I'm not. It's not a deal breaker for me. Um, because the whole point of this is to tell a story. I'm not too worried about the
Yeah.
consistency. Now, since we're speaking a little bit, if we want to get look at some variations of this, so let's get into talking about variations, because this one's generating. Okay, uh, I like this one better. This one just doesn't have the consistent look. So let's talk a little bit about some variations here. So coming back to my main storyboard, I'm going to go ahead and move storyboard over here. So this is a cool feature, Wesley, that's in here. So thinking about like, okay, this is what was generated. I want to get some other variations of that. So I don't know if everyone can see right here. It says vary. Let me see if I can zoom in here. And click on this, and up here I got this menu option that says load. That basically will load the prompt, and
Yep.
then vary. We're gonna click on vary, and I got these options: more like this, keep style, subject. I'm gonna select more like this,
I
and then I
love that.
get this grid that
Hmm.
shows up, which is basically I'm gonna go ahead and move it down here, and just land it and click it. So basically it's showing up in my boards. And what's happening is Firefly is going to take what I generated here earlier, and it's going to give me some variations. So check out all those out.
Amazing.
Which
All
look at
those
that. I'm gonna
options
zoom
just from that
all those
one.
options. Yeah. And
Mhm.
so this is the cool thing is now like it's good and bad, I guess, in a sense, because like, oh, these are great, but now it's making my choice harder. But that's just, again, gives you more options. So I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing here. We're just going to generate more variations. Let's go over here, vary, more like this, just to see what kind of outputs I get, the variations of it, because I may like some of the variations that are created instead of what I originally had chosen. And that's great about Firefly and using the boards. This is again, I've been diving into boards for so much of my workflow. Um, okay, so let's look at that. All right, I'm gonna zoom in here. And by the way, the boards, it's pretty much an infinite workspace. If I can zoom out, like I can be working out like,
It's,
oh
yeah,
wait, where do I have that hidden? Which is
it's
crap. Okay,
all that landscape.
look at this. Look at these variations from the original pirate. This has got a little more like kind of a goatee-ish look, and oh, look at
This
these over
is
here.
providing you with more options and the opportunity for more clarity with your story choices. Those of you that are in Express quite a bit, you've seen that generate similar feature in Express. And so, very similar functionality, right? It's taking the concept that you already have and saying, how about this? How about this?
Yeah,
Maybe
yeah,
this. So those options are really great as you are mapping out and thinking like a visual storyteller as well. So it's
yeah.
great to have all of those possibilities.
But now, and again, it's just like and now it's made my choices so much harder because it's like there's so much here. Okay. So I literally can spend like hours just retweaking the prompts here and stuff. So, uh, I'm gonna have to get really, Wezzy, what is that? You say like it's, don't treat it as what you have that
Oh,
phrase you
this is
say.
the Rebecca Hare phrase. Don't be
Oh,
precious.
don't be
Don't
precious.
don't be precious.
Yeah. So
Right?
I'm
It's
not
not
gonna
a
be
puppy, she
precious.
said. It's not a puppy. So it's okay. When you're just
Okay.
doing your first draft, it's okay. It's let
To
the
let it go.
draft be. Release the
Yeah.
perfectionism, cardio.
That's what it is. Release the perfectionism. Okay. So here's a quick tip. I'm going to take the storyboard right here. I'm going to click on it. I'm just going to hold my option key and just drag it so that I can just have another. Basically, this is a way for me to organize my board here. And I'm actually going to do this as well. I'm going to come back here. I'm going to do the same and go over here. And basically, now I'm just going to say here, this basically is just kind of like my uh, Spark ideas. I'm going to type here Spark ideas over here. And then this is my storyboard here. And then I'm going to go here storyboard to video. All right. Now, just going to do a little adjusting of this box here so you can see. Boom. Um, Wesley, I'm just like a creature for like organization. So that's just one of my things. So like I just want to have stuff
It's nice. It's really
organized. Yeah.
aesthetically, it looks great to
You
have
know,
this all lined up so neatly.
now
I
let's
like
have
it.
some fun.
Let's
All
do
right.
it.
Well, not to say we haven't been having fun, but
All right.
let's now dive into. We're gonna go now to generate video. So we're gonna take our storyboards up here at the top, our variations, and let's create a now some video. So now here we got our partners. We have Firefly Video, and I'm actually gonna go with VO 3.1. Um, Again, this is a preference. I've played with all the different ones. And I choose VO 3.1 just because this is the one that I prefer that gives me the results that I look for. That's plainly what it is.
Mhm.
It's not like, you know, um, someone told me to choose certain ones. It's just, again, the one that gives me the results that I want. So you feel free to change and try different ones. So before I actually like hit generate, I'm going to go down here where it says resolution. So you got a couple of options. You can change the resolution of the video. You have 720. So if you're kind of just doing rough drafts first times, maybe you want to go 720, but I'm going to go 1080 at least for me. I'm going to leave audio turned on, and I'll tell you why here in just a second. And when I show you the prompt, and let's go, let's see if I can do a little zoom in here. Let's zoom in. Okay, cool. I'm going to zoom in a bit here on my browser so you can see. There we go. I think that'll help. So here we go. Widescreen. I'm going to go with widescreen. And now here's the fun. I'm going to click on this first image frame here. And then you get kind of like we have our standard Adobe color picker, or,
Yep.
whatever you want to call this. And I'm going to pick. Now, here's like where I like, you know what? This is the original one, but
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm going to go with, I think I'm going to go with this one right
And
here.
Claudia, as you're deciding, for those who are just catching on as to transitioning to the video portion, can you show again where to click for that?
Yeah, so I'll actually click. uh, when I selected the model. So just FYI, when you click a model, you're going to notice that some of these settings will change. Again, I'm going to go to VO 3.1, make sure 1080 audio widescreen, and then frame right here. I'm going to click on the image, and it says first frame image. I'm just going to use this as my reference image. And then basically, I think I'm going to go with that one right there. So there's my reference image. And now, boom, 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 we have a prompt. Make the waves and the clouds in the background move while the ship sails to the left with sounds of waves and wind. Let's hit generate. And so now what I want to do is, again, I'm going to wait for that to generate. And I'm going to click it again just so I can get two variations. And so, Wesley, what I'm going to do is I'm going to now, since we're going to move on because we're trying to get through, and I know we don't have like all day here. So I'm going to go repeat the process. I'm going to stay with VO 3.1. And what I'm going to do is close this out.
Okay.
And now I want the pirate. I want the scene of Mr. Pirate. So we'll repeat the steps. I already have everything turned on. And now for this one, I think initially this was great, but I think I'm gonna go with this one right here. And now, so now my prompt says is make the waves and the clouds in the background move while the map flaps in the pirate's hand as he thinks and says, "Gentlemen, we're so close to the treasure, I can feel it." And then sound of waves in the background. So let's hit generate. So they're taking a little time to generate, which is fine. Um, so I'm going to go ahead and just kind of repeat these steps while it's generating. Wesley, I'm going to go to scene number 3. So basically, taking my initial storyboard
Mhm.
and we're going to use them as references. So let's go here and let's go with this one right here. And now, so I'm adding a new prompt here. And this on a stationary and cinematic shot of the pirate. I probably should say looking down on the map. So this is taking a little bit of time. It's going to generate because now we're doing video. So now I just got to be a little patient for those to generate. And so basically now I'm going through and
Yep.
building these videos based on the images that were generated.
And as you were envisioning, you're looking at the images, and what's happening is you see a picture and then you see a story, right? So before you've even gotten to the prompt or written the prompt in there, you're just like, okay, I'm seeing this pirate and he's holding the map, and I want it to feel kind of dark and stormy, like something is brewing. And then that in turn informs your prompt next. And so, think about how
Yeah.
helpful that kind of thinking is for us as we write our own stories, for students as they start writing stories. Really, a picture can tell 1,000 words. And this can take those words and put them into life. Like you're making the movie in your mind come to life. So how that is just so cool.
Now, I'm some of you probably seen the video there that's already been generated. So what I'm doing is I'm just jumping to a few scenes just to get some of these to generate, and then I'll play that one here in just a second here. So let me come over here. I actually do like, God, again, these are just so hard to choose from. Oh gosh. Okay. This is a part where I might you like if you're in the classroom, just have to tell your students just select one and go with it. Don't spend too much time. I'm being precious again here, Wesley. I'm being super precious with this.
The little puppies in the pictures.
Exactly. Okay. We're getting closer here. I'm going to quote the part. I can feel it. I'm getting closer. All right.
Closer to
So
treasure. I'm feeling the anticipation of this little video story moment.
So what I've done is so what I've just gone through is again select the image based on the ones that were generated from my original storyboard or the variations. In some cases, I stayed with the original instead of the variations. On some others, I chose the variation ones, and I'm going through it again, just at changing the prompt based on the scenes. But so here's our original, or say our first scene right here. So let me go ahead while the others are generating. Okay, this is wild. Hopefully you can hear it.
Can't hear it, but it looks great. Look at that. Look at the waves crashing against the ship. That is awesome.
Okay, let's see this one. This one's a little different right here. Ooh, okay. Let's delete this one. I'm gonna drop this one up here. Let's see.
These are fun to watch. Ooh. Okay, I see why you picked this one.
So hopefully you're able to hear okay. If
Hey,
not,
yep.
just we're having maybe some hiccups. Okay, so now we got the pirate with the map
Ooh, there's
flapping
that flapping in
in the
the.
oh
Oh,
wow.
okay. Oh, you gotta
Wow.
put that
Okay.
up so that we can see, well, like what a
I just
one.
want to see. Okay. I think I'm going to go with this one. So it's kind of got comic book style, you know? All right. Let's hit play.
Gentlemen, we're so close to the treasure. I can feel it.
Wow. Gentlemen, we're so close. I can feel it.
So
All right.
close, I can feel it, mateys.
All right. So let's go here. So then we got this one. Okay. The style's a little different. So I'm going to go here and I'm going to load the prompt once again. And, maybe let's come back and I'm just gonna maybe change it a bit. Maybe go with this one here and let's hit generate. Just because I wasn't too like convinced with that one. So let's go ahead and let's add the next scene here. Oh, I don't know why he's covering the hole.
He's not digging for treasure. He is burying the
He's
treasure right now.
burying. Let's see.
Plot
We're gonna
twist.
do.
It's a plot twist, Claudia.
Plot twist, digging for buried treasure. All right, we're gonna hit generate once again. Out of curiosity, I'm gonna drop this up here. I just want to hear it. Hope I'm just
Arg,
bummed.
cursed treasure.
Yeah, unfortunately, we can't hear the sound, but like that little speech bubble pops up.
Yeah, he's like cursed treasure. Okay, and then we have this one here. Oh, that's kind of very animated. Okay, so I got to skip this scene here. And I've got the next one. Okay, so we see. Let's just drop this here for good measure. I know it's not consistent look, but hey, I'm okay with it for now. So he's looking down at the map and he points to the direction of the map. Okay, that's cool. It's
That
kind of a
works.
sunset.
Yeah,
Uh
been at it all day.
yeah. Okay, let's also everyone what I'm doing here just FYI. So when you click away from the prompting area, you basically are on your artboard. I'm just holding down the shift button and it gives me that little hand. This is a nice way to navigate in your storyboard. I should say in your Firefly board, I should say. Um, so I'm just doing that to move this over for my sequencing. And let's just drop this one up here and let's see what he says.
Ar! Yar! This be the finest treasure!
Oh, that's so good.
So it's like I don't know if you can hear. It's like, this is the treasure. So that's just kind of
I can
kind of
tell that's
fun
what
here.
it's like.
I like it. Oh, so here's another variation of that one. Oh, wow, this is just okay. So here's the thing. What I can do is bring both of them out here, and it gives me the again, I can just see what I have. Um, and then just like now I got two choices here to go with. So here's the original one. Let's see how this one looks like.
The treasure lies there, beyond the horizon, where
Okay.
the sun meets the sea.
All right. It said it's the treasure lies there beyond the sea, and like no, it's actually the treasure's on the island, sir. You got it wrong.
Uh,
So, okay, here's another one. Okay, okay, ooh, okay, I like that one better. Okay, so let's zoom out on my board here. We're gonna get rid of this one. Just click it, delete it. Also, because I delete it from my board, it doesn't delete the actual prompt. Um, I should say not the prompt, the generation. It's just removing it from my board.
mhm.
Oh, and thank you. I think it sounds like everyone says that they can hear it. Perfect.
Oh,
Okay, excellent.
good. Okay,
Yeah,
excellent.
excellent. All right, I'm gonna hit play here.
Arg, this treasure better be worth it. Ah,
That's very wow. This so I like. I'm just loving the results. It's just fantastic. Okay.
Pirates putting
Uh, I'm gonna hit. I'm going just for good measure. I'm gonna redo this one. Pirate opening a treasure chest and smiling. So let's hit generate again. I just want to see the next what it generates, and very cool. So I'm gonna zoom out. So okay, let's do a little quick recap here while this is generating. So we've got our board here. Let's move this over. I'm just gonna zoom in. So here we go. We use Firefly to kind of spark our ideas. We've got some ships here and fantasy, historical, cartoonish. We are wearing our pirate bandanas, Wezzy, so we decided to go with our pirate theme. So our idea sparked. So now here's our storyboarding, and we basically I'm just gonna hit load. Wide angle view of a clipper ship on waves and distant island in the distance. That's kind of repetitive there, but okay. Classic comic book style, bold ink outlines, dramatic lighting, halftone texture, which gave me that result. And coming back to the original generation, we go to vary and click more like this, and you're going to get more. You can get more variations of that. Again, it's a good way for you to get different results without having to like keep clicking generate over here. You can just do like, and it'll give you the 16 different generations there to choose from. And did the same thing for the pirate, and then the different scenes. I'm gonna zoom back out so we can see everything. And then we coming down here to our storyboard here, our storyboard to video. So now we took our generations over here, the images, and now just hit load. We're using the generate video, and again, the different types of partner models and Adobe Firefly video. And we use our reference imaging to select the different ones. And we did it for each of our different scenes again. And I was able to select from the variations because the original one was great, but I think I like the variations options style a little bit more. And again, so I put them into the sequence here of how I went from idea to our storyboard, and now generating our videos from the storyboard. And so let's see, we're just seeing a different one. This one looks a little bit the same. Yeah, so I don't see too much of a difference there. So I think, oh, okay, this one's a little bit different. Let me just hit play here to see what it sounds like.
Yeah, I'm curious what that one's gonna be.
look at this! Fortune is ours! Ha 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 ha! It's more than I dreamed!
Hey, actually, I'm gonna go with that one.
What?
That's fine. That's so cool. And for the most part, he looks pretty consistent look. You know, again, I don't have. I would actually go back and tweak the original the prompt to add more to make it look a little more like the original ones. But because we don't have a full day here, we're gonna go with this. So, okay. So now, Wizzy,
Yes.
let's take these videos and let's, I want to put them all together into like one video. Uh,
I'm excited for
okay.
this.
So there's it's a beta, it's in beta right now.
Mhm.
And I'm gonna go ahead and go back to the home screen here. So I've just got my multiple tabs open here. I'm gonna go back to the home page here, and we're gonna click on new, and we're gonna create video here. Create video, not generate video. And this gives me an option. Actually, it doesn't say beta anymore. I think it's already, oh, right here, video editor beta.
And
Let's
the
click on,
difference being, right, in the create versus the generate is that you're not generating new
yeah,
AI content, you're using your existing content, so and you're creating with that.
yes, that's correct. And then here, timeline aspect ratio. So by default, it's going to fit to your footage, but I'm going to go ahead and go 16:9 because that's the way I created the widescreen shots. I'm just calling this Adobe Live Demo video pirate at sea.
Or oh, that's
Oh,
much
that would have been a good one, Wesley. R, yeah. Actually, here we go. Arg.
better.
Pirate at sea. Arg. Okay. So again, so here's the difference. I'm glad you pointed that out, Wizzy. I'm just gonna go back for in case anybody missed that one. Let's see, Firefly. So that's a good point. New. So create new video instead of generate new videos. That's a great, good call out, Wizzy. Thanks for pointing it out. Now, basically, what we have now is a video editor, like the timeline. So now we can slice or add these all these scenes together. So we have all our history over here on the left, which is great. And then over here on the right, I can still, if I need to, I can go back through and select another partner model and generate from here as well if I needed to. So that's a nice feature. I'm gonna actually turn this off, just uncheck it. And here are our videos that were generated. So we got our images, and right here are the videos. So I'm just gonna hover over this real quick. It's taking a little time to load, so I can kind of see, get a little preview of what it looks like. So I think it was, I think I was gonna go with this one. So I'll click this one and just drag it down to the timeline. There it is. So I'm just kind of scrubbing through to see it. Let me minimize this. So very, like, if you use Premiere or Premiere on the iPhone, or even Express, we have our timeline at the bottom. This is basically, now we have a timeline editor down here. And then we have our next scene here. Let me scrub through here. I'm going to select the right one. Okay, which is this one. We're going to now just drop that right there and move my playhead over here to the end of that one. So basically just taking the different scenes that I want, and now I'm just adding them one by one. I think it was this one right here. Let's make sure. Yep. I'm going to add this one over here. And then we come down to the very end, which I think was this one here. Yeah. And we're going to drop it right there. So check that out. Now, let's minimize. Basically, I'm just making the timeline smaller so we can see all of our 4 clips, or 5. And let's go to the beginning here, and let's hit stop. There we go. There's my playhead. Okay, now I'm gonna hit play, and we'll see it all the way through.
Gentlemen,
Oh,
we're
nice.
so close to the treasure. I can feel it.
Ooh.
Arg. This treasure better be worth it.
Curse treasure.
Look at this! Fortune is ours! It's more than I dreamed!
Okay, so I can go find like a nice soundtrack if I want to, and drag it in. Go use either like something that's available in some of our Adobe products, or if you have some other audio tracks, like a music track in the background. But I am going to show you this right here. This right here is transition. When I click transition, it says dissolve. If I choose dissolve, so it can be added to these two. So let's go these two. Actually, let's do all three.
Love a good transition.
Five. Okay. Dissolve. So it added the transitions for me. So there we go. Again, so I selected the clips. And then again, here's your transition. So we don't have just that
Yep.
abrupt cut. So let's see how it looks.
Flows fade. There it is. That was the
Gentlemen,
dissolving
we're so
fade.
close to the
Yeah, it's a little
treasure.
more.
I can feel it.
Yeah, there we go. I think I like that a little more than the abrupt, just straight cut.
This treasure better be worth it.
Claudia, we got a question in the chat.
Yeah.
David, create a video. So in creating a video loop just like this one using real models and the AI flowers, the question is, how would you go about animating those flowers? So David, we might need some clarification there just a little bit. Are you talking
Yeah.
about if you, like, for example, the tree in the leaves on the tree in that scene? If you wanted to go back and animate something specific in a scene, is that what you're asking? I think that might be what you're asking.
Yeah.
Um,
Let's see. I'm gonna try that. I'm gonna see if I can let's go with here. We're gonna load this one. So zooming out, pirate digging, so I don't make any reference of the tree. So basically what I can say is just I'm gonna add a paragraph here. Uh, make the palm tree sway. So if something's not moving, like, or has the animation, maybe just go back in again. This is where, you get to be a little more creative, or go back and look at your prompt. Oh, I don't know why I have like, oh, I think I have two. I have double prompt going on here. Hold on. There we go. Comic book style. Okay, I'll hit generate again. So yeah, going back and tweaking the prompt so that you get that action that you're looking for. So in this case, like the palm tree is just kind of there. So maybe I want, as he's digging and it's his backing out, zooming out, the palm tree will kind of move in the background. So I did that. So just while that's generating, I'm going to go back. Wezzy, this is kind of like our practice one that we did the other day. I think I did it right here. See how the leaves are moving there? Let me do a little zoom in here. And I think I did tell it, yes, make the palm tree sway. Because in the first generation, the palm trees weren't moving, and I wanted movement from the palm tree. So it's just going back in and altering, editing the prompt to like, so if I'm looking for like the flowers to move, I would say like make the flowers move in the video, so like this is happening, this is happening, this is happening, and comma, make the flowers move, comma, and then continue. So that's kind of like what I would do.
Yes, and I think, and David, you've also added a little extra in the chat. If you're asking about just turning something static and animating it into a video, what Claudia was doing is in the prompt generator section, in that section, he's switching to video mode. And so Claudio, I think it's just that transition of when you have a picture.
Gotcha.
How did you
Yeah.
go from picture into video?
Yeah. So click out here, click on generate video. And basically when you get to generate video, I'm just gonna X that. You have this blank screen. You go to image here, and then you go up to your, so if it was an image of the flowers or something, I would click on it and the flower image is loaded, and then here you add the prompt, so make the flowers move in the video, and then hit generate. So you have to start off right. You definitely, here's a switch. Generate image, and then you click on generate video. So that's kind of like, you just have to make sure and click on that. Wezzy, I'm gonna go back to, because I see we're close to wrapping up here. Let me go back to my timeline over here. What I did is just added a fade out over here at the end, just by clicking on transition, and then just to make sure, everyone, click right here, download, and you have the option to, you could like even download in 4K if you want. I'm gonna go ahead and just keep it at 1080 just to save space on my computer. So again, I started from here,
Hmm?
Spark Ideas, storyboard to video, jumped over to the video editor, added each of the scenes, added
You
transitions, and then we downloaded. So starting from our
downloaded
ideas all the way to video.
production. So you produced your own cinematic story experience within an hour. Okay, Claudia, wow, that was so much fun. And we talked about telling stories cinematically using Firefly. And students can also do this in Express, and they can use Express to generate their ideas and their stories, and then go into Firefly and really making those videos
Yep.
come to life. There's also the edit from NBC,
Yes.
Google Academy, and Adobe. That is an opportunity to get your students involved in sharing their stories. So definitely keep an eye out for that. You can go to edu.adobe.com to find out more about what's going on with our community. Claudio?
Yes. Yes. And everyone, thank you so much for joining us. Looking in the chat here. I did respond a few, but thanks so much. Appreciate your questions and hopping on here. I can't wait to see what all of you create, telling your stories and your students being able to tell these cinematic stories from ideas, storyboarding to video to downloading it and sharing it with others.
Yes, thank you so much. Thank you for your engagement in the chat. We appreciate that. Paris, thank you. Everybody keep tuning in, youtube.com/an Adobe Live community. Hit that like and subscribe button here on the YouTube channel. And take care. You can also
Yeah.
find more info adobe.ly/Adobe Live edu. That is incoming in the chat right now. So thanks everybody. Happy
Thank you
Friday.
all.
Enjoy your weekend. And we're
Bye
out.
bye, everyone.